Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have some more Dior makeup to share with you today. These items arrived some time ago, so I'm just playing some serious catch up here. I have two more items from the Dior Holiday Atelier of Dreams collection, and one of the two items is going to be the quint. This is the Atelier Dore quint, and notably it has this golden shade which corresponds to the name. The other quint that was released as part of this collection is called House of Dreams. I'll have a photo right above here. It might look very similar to Dore, but these shades are all different. You'll notice right away the silver shade is right in the middle for House of Dreams, but all the other shades, while looking fairly similar, are actually different. My friend on here, or she's on Instagram, Chica, she did a swatch comparison of the two quints, so I'll share a photo right above for you guys to look at as well, and I'll have her Instagram handle below in the description if you're interested in following her. She also posts a lot of new makeup information as it becomes available, and I think she lives in Singapore, so as you guys might know, oftentimes releases launch in Asia first before they make it here to North America. So I think that's why she gets some of this information really ahead of us. And the second item is going to be the True Color lipstick. I mean, this is fantastic as like a vanity display item, but the embossing of this lipstick. You recognize this embossing here. It looks amazing, goes around the entire bullet. And you'll recognize this is the original building where House of Dior, I guess, came to be, was in operation, and it is one of the thematic items or key themes to this collection, and it's beautiful. This specific shade is called Rose d'Hiver, and I'm going to try on this lipstick. I have not tried this particular formulation. I'm very curious how it compares to the scent lipsticks from Dior, which we'll do some comparisons as well. So let me go ahead and swatch these items here one by one. So we have first the four shades that are all around the quint, and the same embossing that you see on the lipstick is also on each of the shades here, except because I've gone into it already for swatches to put on Instagram, some of it has faded already. Kind of a taupey metallic. And this here is very light, but it's a semi-metallic, I would say. And all of these are going on nicely, although I did do two applications up here, and I'm going to go back into this matte brown, see if I can smooth things out. That looks good. And then onwards to the golden shade in the center. As expected, it's a cool tone, has a metallic glittery finish to it. And this is Rose d'Hiver, the lipstick. It is in a satin finish, although it kind of looks almost a bit metallic. On the website, it does specify that these lipsticks come either in a matte or a satin finish. And the description on the lipstick reads as, for the Atelier of Dreams limited edition, the lipstick is adorned with a motif recreating the architectural lines of the House of Dior's emblematic facade. Lips are enhanced in four new, elegant shades with satin or matte finishes. The Dior lipstick comes in Rose d'Hiver, a rosewood, rose capucine, a vibrant red, taupe is a fan, a carnal brown, and Midnight Carol, a bold plum. So these are new shades. Okay, that's great. Moving on to the demo. I'm starting out with this shade here and placing that above the lash line. And going into this shade here, I'm going to buff out the deeper shade by blending this into it. And we're moving this into the crease, or building up to the crease. Next, taking the matte brown, I am adding that to the outer corner And I'm going to blend that upwards. Going into the golden shade here, I am brushing this lightly from the inner corner and upwards into the crease. And that was a lot. So I'm actually going to go back into this shade here and kind of even things out. So I think this is what I had in mind. Before, it was just a lot of gold and it kind of washed me out. So I'm going to repeat all these steps on the left side, then I'll come back for the lipstick and blushes, highlighter, everything else. Then I'm going to go in with the lipstick Rose d'Hiver. So for blush, I am using Nude Glide from their Birds of a Feather collection. I think this will go well with everything else. And for highlight, I'm going to use the Luminizer in the shade Golden Glow. And taking what is left on this brush here, which I was dabbing into this shade, I am going to add that on the lower lash line just to add a bit of smokiness to the look. For comparisons, I do want to start with lipsticks. I have a satin finish lipstick in the shade Pink Sakura and a metallic finish in the shade Tutu. So let me swatch the satin lipstick first. And this is Tutu. And without even waiting for anything else to happen with these swatches, I would say yes. Tutu is definitely metallic and Rose d'Hiver is indeed satin. Truly, I recall Dior's satin lipstick, which I only have one of, but I do recall it not being so reflective, but I guess it is. I guess that is how their satins look, which is just fine with me. I think it's still very pretty. These lipsticks are scented, by the way. They have that classic Dior scent, and the Quint has an expiration of 6 months, so shelf life of 6 months, which is right in line with any other Dior Quint. I do want to take out last year's holiday collection to show you guys. And like this year, last year also had a Quint with a gold shade and a Quint with a silver shade, so that seems to be your quintessential holiday theme color stories. Now, we can compare the Golden Snow with Atelier Dore. I really don't think they're too similar at all. I can swatch the gold, but I think we're gonna see maybe a more glittery finish in comparison. And yes, it is way more sparkly and glittery in its finish. It is brighter and more yellow, but both are cool golds. And I would say this year's gold here has like a little bit more of a pigmented base tone to it, so that, I mean, it's still most suitable for or use as a lid topper, but I mean, you're getting more pigment out of it than you would with last year's. I also took out one other Quint that was released earlier this year, Cruise Look. And I don't think the golds are going to be similar, but I was curious about this taupey shade here, so let me swatch that. And I want to compare it to this shade. Not the same, but has a similar idea. I think this one is slightly more mauve-y or red in comparison to Atelier Dore. And then I want to go into this shade as well. This shade here is more peachy pink-like in comparison, and it is lighter in color payoff than the other three. For my last comparison, I do want to take out another release as part of the Atelier of Dreams collection. We have this palette here, and I want to see if these two shades have any similarities to what we're seeing from the quint. I think maybe the brown. So I'll swatch it down here. This is the matte brown shade, and that was the satin or metallic, I guess the satin shade. Satin shade is going to be a lighter, still earth tone, I think part of this family, but just a little bit. The browns are very similar. They can be dupes of each other. It's really hard to tell just with the naked eye. I mean, you could tell me that they're the same and I would believe you. And then for this satin shade here, it is more brown and earth tone than these shades up here, which are more taupey in comparison. Overall, I do like this quint, especially the three shades that I focused on. And the gold here, I wanted to try it out for this demo, but I didn't really like the placement of it. Putting it right here, sure, you know, kind of brightened everything up, and when you blink, it just looks a little bit more interesting. However, because of that glittery finish, it highlighted some texture I have on my lids, and this is from an allergic reaction. These bumps are from an allergic reaction from last week, so, you know, I should have just put it on the center of the lid or in the inner corner. And the shade I didn't use so much of, but I think it'll be great to use for buffing out seams, and maybe for a lighter daytime look, you can certainly combine these two here, or deepen this shade with a little bit of this matte brown. So I do like this. It was easy to create the look, and I just like how kind of seamless everything looks. And it was easy to do. As for the lipstick, this rosewood shade here is like your mid-tone rose. It's going to suit a lot of people. Right next to Pink Sakura, which came out in the spring of this year. It's like a nice continuum. You see this bright pink all the way to something a bit more subdued. So change in seasons. It's suitable for fall and winter for sure. And just want to spend a little bit more time on this lipstick case here. So this, as described on the website, they said that it's inspired by the figure or the number 8. So you kind of see a figure 8 in this, which is Dior's lucky number. So I thought that was interesting. It's certainly something for collectors, nice to have on your vanity. The things I review specifically for this video is not stocked by Sephora, so I'll have kind of the standard link to Dior, but I also have some codes that you can use on Dior's website if you plan to order from them. So check it out in the description, and when you click on the link to go shop on the website, be sure to also try out the codes. And I've had situations where the first couple of times I put in a code, and there's a few different ones, they don't work, but just keep trying. Try a couple of them, try a few times, just to make sure that, you know, you have what you need, or hopefully it works for you. And for the other Dior items, like the highlighter and a few other things, if it's in stock on Sephora's website, I will link directly to Sephora since they're having their VIB sale event. Thank you for watching. See you very soon in the next one. Bye.